especially being 19 now.
I know.
Oh.
And he came in because I had a book on hold, so I was wondering if I was going to call me like, are they going to let me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I want you to know that these programs do make a difference. Our grandson lives in Seattle, so he's not here that much.
Oh.
But when he comes into town, the first thing he says is, that's where we go to the library. And he says, and he remembers your activities.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's like,
How old is
maybe
he?
he's 6 now, but he was 4 when he started. You know, this is where I go to. So I want you to know these things do make a difference.
Love that. That's impressive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's impressive for the library
Right.
that your activities are memorable to kids who come every few months.
Yay. All right, we'll get started. What is it? 4:03. Okay, lots to discuss. But I think we'll start out, well, I sent the minutes via email, but I also printed them out just in case, because that was kind of last minute, I forgot. If you guys want to take a look at those real fast and see if there's any.
Andy's back again after 2 months.
Right. He is. He can't
Okay.
stay away. It's his favorite thing.
Turning calendar.
I move we accept them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Deb. Anyone want a second?
I
Go
can
ahead.
second. Sorry, I had a question on this.
Yeah.
Are we considered a Carnegie Library there since we're not in that building? I didn't think so. Okay, so you didn't get 10,000.
We did.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe I didn't. Did I bring it up?
you
I
might
thought I
have.
did.
You.
So as long as the Carnegie Library is still functioning, like the building
Oh.
itself is being used, then we could get it. So we did get it,
Okay.
and I'm gifting it to the Art Center East for building upkeep
Okay.
July 1st. We have to wait until the next fiscal year, but we do have it.
Okay.
That's a good use for them.
So
Yeah.
then, are you responsible for that building and you're leasing it to them,
So
or
the
is the
city owns it.
The city does. Yeah.
That's a
Yes.
good question. I didn't even think
The
about
city
that.
owns it. They have some sort of like deal where they pay like $1 or something like that.
But they have
Oh.
to maintain it.
But they have to maintain it.
Okay.
Yes.
They don't get a lot of help from the city for that.
Right.
We're
Is there-
trying to get it registered finally on the historic site. I can't believe it's been
How old is it?
so long and they haven't done it because like Union has all of their buildings on it.
Yeah.
Is anybody off the top of the head? 1913. I don't know why that year popped into my head. I don't
What's
think
the
that's right.
advantage to having it listed?
You get special grant opportunities
Oh, okay.
easier if you're
Okay.
listed. There's
Okay.
more funding out there. So that's what they're hoping in order to like fully fund the rest of the elevator
Oh,
project or
make
because
it
they don't
ADA.
have, otherwise.
But the negative is that any work has to meet this
It's very specific.
very specific. Like
'Cause I
being
know,
part
like-
of a historical district
Yeah.
or the main street.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you can't change the exterior?
Well, you
You know what I mean?
no, I don't think you get to change much.
Yeah.
And if it is, it's kind of because there are places that like they want to update their windows, but then they have to meet the criteria of the appearance of the window
Oh.
to be, because it's part of that historic.
So that might be more expensive.
And I know like the Union Carnegie Library had it was very specific, like on the ramp that they could install. They had a whole bunch of like hoops that they had to jump through
Mhm.
for that.
Oh, can't change
So-
the appearance or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
if there
think
is
the
a ramp.
angle, it was like an angle issue too,
Do they
where
have a ramp?
Is it
Are
around
they
the
In,
back?
in Union?
Are they
In the back.
ADA
Union?
accessible?
Yeah.
I don't know if they were able to
I don't
do it.
remember.
They
I've
wanted
been there.
to
and
get
I don't.
one,
They don't. I
and
don't think
I
they
think-
have a ramp.
Yeah, I think the
Wow.
angle was too much. Like they
Mhm.
couldn't, they couldn't get it. So I'm not sure what they've
Is it
done.
1 inch for every 2 feet?
But she got $10,000 too, so
Yeah.
she'll
Good.
be able to use
Wow,
that for
because
hers.
that would clash with ADA, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if you do the ramp, you have to meet ADA.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, if
I
it's
want to say it was like
historic,
too
you
steep
don't
or
need
something.
to.
I can't remember.
Oh,
I
Like,
see.
being
Okay.
historic, you can't make. I think in my way of saying it, you can't make you don't have to make changes.
You don't have to retrofit it for.
Yeah, for ADA being historic because of the way it was originally built. But if you do decide we want to add a ramp, then you have to meet.
Okay.
And there's a lot of ADA that the hoops you'd go through for that.
Because I'm thinking the old library there is a nightmare if you're disabled. You
Yeah,
have mobility issues.
we just had that one little like book cart
Yeah.
elevator that we used. That
Yeah, and you could, I mean, they were able to
you
go
could fit like one person like a little tiny cart.
and be in
Yeah.
the kids section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is where they were.
Yeah.
And then we had the ramp that came that back door
Mhm.
into the kids, but yeah,
It really wasn't.
no,
Yeah.
they didn't consider that. Like,
That was a
you know,
different
it
era.
was a different era.
1913 is a long time ago.
I don't know. I
Wow.
might be making that up. I should
Almost
Google it.
Titanic.
It's around there. 1910 is when they passed for funding, so
Let's
it's around there.
It's around that era.
We have
Okay.
it on our page.
Wow.
Let's see.
Thank you.
About us.
And what about liability then? Does the city carry the insurance on the building? If it's,
They must, they'd have to, wouldn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
can't
know.
imagine.
Yeah,
Without
1913. It looks like.
Nicely done, Carrie.
Look at that. It was just in my head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good call.
Well, that was what yeah, well, you guys said it, and I just repeated it.
Yeah, so we did, and we're gifting it. It is specifically for building maintenance, so,
Okay.
yeah. Let's see. So Sue, did you second?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. That was official.
Perfect. We don't have any public comments. Or I'm trying to think if we have any. We did get a couple donations recently from family members whose loved one passed away and they wanted to donate to the library in their honor. And that's
Oh,
always
great.
very nice. Yeah.
Do they donate
Sad,
directly,
but
or is it through the library foundation?
They come directly to us. Most times they did. We had one lady who donated it through the foundation that it didn't get to us for a while because they didn't notice on the check that it specifically said give to Cook Memorial Library. So I always tell people if you want it to come specifically to us, then it's just a lot of times easier just to come in here or mail it.
Would you mind putting that on your website somehow? Is that possible?
What is
That
what?
if you want to donate to Cook to go direct. The reason I asked is Terry Woodruff passed away, and there
Oh,
were quite
yes.
a few people who wanted to give
Yes.
to this library, and I came in and asked
That was
the people
one
here,
person that came in to donate was in memory of Barry. Yeah.
but it was because they were trying to work on the website, and it was unclear how to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would.
Or is that not kosher to put that in?
I always feel kind of weird doing that in a way. I don't know. Do you think we should then?
I don't know.
We just
All I'm
have the-
saying is there
we
were
have
quite.
the
It's their
foundation.
desire.
I know.
Oh,
do
because
it.
the
It's so
foundation
strange.
is tax
We have the
deductible.
foundations on there, and that's fine. I mean, they give us the money. Just sometimes it takes a little longer. We have that on our page.
The foundation was.
Yes. So I can put. Let me see.
And maybe it's
Do
a
I
bad
have
idea to
that
put it
on
on there. I just remember because people would come up to me and they were trying to work with the website, but they wanted to come here because this is the library that Terry used.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
could
And not be
maybe-
shared equally among the systems.
maybe on this page for the foundation saying if you would like to, donate to a specific library in Union County, please.
Indicate or something.
Inquire in person
Yeah,
or
something
contact
like
us.
that.
Oh, there you go.
Contact that library, or yeah.
There you
I'll
go.
do that then. Let me add that to the.
Because they were also, if you do it that way, because there were people who say, well, Terry,
Mm-hmm.
some of them said, well, because she was an elementary teacher, she might like children's books, and some said, but she was an avid reader as an adult, and they wanted their money to go to adult.
Yeah.
And, depending on how they want. And you
And
said
this
you could
person-
specify.
Yeah. I asked her and she was like, whatever you guys want to do with it. So.
Hoopla it is.
But I think you have more coming, is what I'm saying.
Aw.
There were a lot of people, because her service was just a couple weeks ago, so.
Okay, I'll add that. That'll be easy.
So the library foundation, sounds like they give to any library in the county, it's not specific to Cook Library.
So typically, if you give the money to the foundation, unless you specify, that kind of goes into, we are able to apply for grants every year. So we just applied for a small $1,500 one this year, each of us, or whoever wanted to. I don't know if the other libraries did, but it kind of
Within
goes
Union
into that.
County.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, Belgium, North Powder, Union, and Luzerne.
Does Cove have
And
North Powder?
Cove, I think,
Cove.
might be included in that
Okay.
too, for the foundation.
Yeah, well, with Elgin kind of redoing the cement in the front would be like the foundation help with that kind of,
Yeah,
that
that,
type of
I think
projects.
Oh,
they have that.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'll add that. Thank you, Phil.
Well, it just came up because these people wanted it to come
Yeah.
here
Mm-hmm.
and not be shared countywide,
Yeah,
so.
I'll do that. Okay, library staff report. So, in April, Celine and Wyatt attended OLA/PNLA, Pacific Northwest Library Association and Oregon Library Association, kind of combined conference. So they were just coming in to share a little bit about that. Take it away.
Sure. Yeah, it was on a little island between Portland and Vancouver.
So,
Can't
It's
remember.
not
It wasn't
Sobeys
Sobeys Island?
It starts with a Hayden? Hater?
Hater.
I think something like
Yeah,
that.
Hater Island.
I was somewhere there, yeah. And it was a joint conference this time between the two. Usually those are separate, but this time they had them in the same building, so it was like a bigger conference. And there was like an opening ceremony, and then after that, you would sign up for different like not classes, but sessions where they would just talk about various topics related to the library. Some people from Oregon, some people from outside Oregon, just how they're dealing with things with the library, or range from like problems that happen with the library to here are some activities you could do in the library. Here are some products that might help your library. There's a whole variety. One that I went to specifically that I enjoyed was the Talking Books Library. It's ran by the Oregon State Library, but it's anybody can but anybody can host like forms in your library for this service. It's for people who are like visually impaired. It's very lenient, so it's just any kind of impairment, honestly, that restricts you from reading, I guess what would be considered normally. You can sign up for this program, and they will send you a little listening device, kind of like a CD player. It's not a CD player; it uses their own cartridge thing, but it looks kind of like a CD player. And you tell them your preferences or specifically what books you want. The library office in Salem preloads it on this cartridge, and they send you it to the mail, and you can listen to it with headphones or on a speaker that's built into the device. And we have had the forms for that since I started working here, at least, I think before too. But it was just kind of nice to actually talk to the people who do that program. So there are a few people here that use it and that have signed up with our forms, so it's nice. So it's not our program, but we kind of work in conjunction with the state library on it. So it was nice getting more info. They're trying to expand currently to have like a representative in each. There's no official district, but they wanted it in like areas of the state so they could send you, if you had questions, to this person who may know a little more about what's going on with the program. So they're trying to expand that right now. And they also, I didn't actually know about this one, they have e-braille readers. So it's like a little plastic pad that has some sort of mechanism underneath it where you can load books like that, and it's braille that you read, but it like moves as you go. Like next page, that changes the braille.
I didn't know they had that.
They didn't have one for us to look at, unfortunately, but they had some slides showing it off. It was pretty cool.
So you don't have to actually print the book in
Yeah.
Braille, it will translate.
Yeah, it has, I
Wow.
assume, like maybe like some little pins underneath or something that.
It's an ebook in Braille.
Yeah, I had never heard of them, so that one was
That's,
new to me.
that's
It
groundbreaking
was
for
cool,
something.
yeah.
Is that free through the state library too?
Yeah, as long as if you mark that you need Braille, then
Yeah.
they'll send it to you.
That's
Well,
cool.
That's really cool.
so that one was new to me. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite of the ones I went to. I went to at least 3 every day. I think
Wow.
2 days I went to 4, but yeah, that was my favorite.
Question, would they do someone like ADHD? No, dyslexia. Would they help? Okay.
Yeah, it's it's different per state. Most states have a program like this, but Oregon specifically is very lenient. So if you say that you have any kind of disability that hampers your normal reading ability, they'll pretty much okay it.
Mhm.
And it sounded like they haven't had they've never had issues with people taking advantage of that or anything so far. Who knows in the future, but as of right now, they're pretty lenient with it.
How many days were you there?
We got there Wednesday
4.
morning and went through Friday.
Went through Friday, yeah. Wednesday
Or we got there
morning.
Tuesday, travel day Tuesday. So it was 2.5
Yeah.
days, and each session's like an hour.
Yeah, programming was Wednesday through Friday. So that was, it was good. It was nice. Even if not necessarily all of the things I went to were super useful, it was usually interesting at the very least. But then it was really nice just seeing how other libraries kind of run and, I don't know, how the vibe of how things are going in other places other than here. It was nice to see.
Should you tell them about the knitting?
So when I was about class 3, day 1, I noticed at any of these things, I'd be looking around and there'd be someone with some kind of yarn going like this. And I'm like, what is happening? What's going on? Everywhere I look, people are doing things. I thought they were doing cat's cradle. They weren't doing cat's cradle. Apparently, it's very common for librarians to knit when they're listening.
During sessions.
I had
any
never heard of
conference
such a
you go
thing,
to.
but I mean, it was every
You do that?
session. You look around, and there was 4 to 10 librarians just
funny.
sitting there knitting.
They weren't taking notes?
Did
They're not taking notes. They're just
Did they have a rocking chair?
no, but it wouldn't be fitting.
It's pretty across the board that
Yeah.
people do net.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
And you always hear them say, "Oh, I could listen,"
Yeah.
and it's like, no, you can't.
I
They're
know
just
some
like
people
sitting
do,
there
but,
like-
No, they do. They pop up. I have a question, and
Yeah.
they're
Okay,
interacting
Okay,
with
so
the
my
conversation.
experience with the knitters that do that
Yeah.
don't retain.
If they
anything
have to
in the
count, then
It
they
used to
might
be
not.
doodling was like a
Yeah.
thing. Doodle on a
I did
paper, but
notes,
now it's
but-
like
Okay.
knitting.
Yeah. Chicken
Yeah.
scratch notes, but no, it's
You drew on the margins.
a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, so that was my favorite one of that. There was another one we went to I went to that was how to better design or sort your library, and they had all sorts of heat maps of libraries that this guy had come in and consulted for, showing here's where people go to, and here's where people never go to, and here's how you can better set up your library to increase circulation. He was originally marketing for Costco, I think, and then at some point in his life, he's like, yeah, I just decided I like working with librarians more. So he started doing this specifically for librarians. He has stuff posted on the ALA website, so you can go and find info on it there. It was pretty interesting. A lot of the display stuff we were already doing, which was nice to see. I don't think it was a conscious choice, but it just happened to be we were doing it already, so that was nice to see. But yeah, it was very interesting. One of my favorite points he made was, and I don't necessarily agree with this, but it was just funny. It was contractors love making living rooms and libraries, but no one wants to be family members with strangers at the library. So his whole point was have more usable study space rather than just couches facing each other.
Oh.
Which, I don't know, but it was just funny.
Yeah.
There's probably, okay.
He had a lot of ideas. He was a very opinionated guy, but so at least some of it had data backing it. So
Well, the cutthroat of Costco, I can see that.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Those are my top 2 for sure.
We need to start having free samples at the end of the.
There you go.
The gracing hour.
Yeah.
They'll really come in, especially on Saturday mornings.
This is this you will find in aisle 17.
Yeah.
when I say
Yeah.
Cheese and crackers.
Yeah. Just have plenty of toothpicks.
Yep.
There you go. And napkins.
Well, we went to the same ones the first day, and then we went to all different ones on different sessions. And the sessions I went to, some were very disturbing, legal parts of library world, privacy, lawsuits, protecting librarians, fighting the big battles in the politics and the courts and stuff. Now, those were quite heavy. One small bit of those that was interesting and related to something that we're doing is soft censorship with cataloging. So cataloging is when you make the records. You guys talked about that last meeting, right? Didn't one of these? You make,
we have before.
yeah, so there's a record for every book, and it's like coding. It's just lots and lots and lots of information. And one of the ideas now is that if you put age recommendations or ratings, such as movie ratings or age recommendations, this manga is for 13 and up, that type of thing, that can be taken as soft censorship because it is potentially limiting someone's access to that item because of the age rating in the catalog. Now, some libraries are public school libraries, so this could be really relevant if they can't purchase a book because it is rated as an adult nonfiction book about snakes, whatever. They can't buy adult books for their library. But when you look at ours, we don't restrict. If you have a library card, you can get something from any part of the library. So it's not as, it's not providing restrictions to anybody in the consortium that I know of in Evergreen because none of them are basing their checkouts by the age that's in there. So there's a lot of discussion now on things like that on censorship and what is going to, genre headings. If you add an LGBTQ genre heading to your record, you're now allowing those teens that want that young adult book to find it without having to come to me and give themselves a label and say, I want a fiction book that's X, Y, and Z. They can find it themselves, but at the same time, by putting that genre in the record, you are opening your catalog up to someone who wants to go in and find all the LGBTQ books and get them out of the library because they're bad. So there's this back and forth, lots of discussion. So that was a really interesting, there were 2 or 3 sessions that I went to that talked about that. And it's a big discussion right now in all the libraries. And so I went from things like that to one titled Meet Us at the Cottage, which was all about romance. And this one we're ending on a lighter note here. So just so you know, romance has grown 761% in 3 years.
What?
Yeah.
761%.
Interest in them?
Purchase, use, publishing. Powell's tripled their romance space in the bookstore. Just that's how big of a seller it is right now. And another fact is that 70% of adult romance readers discover the genre before age 18. So
Before 18?
Yeah, so teenagers starting to read romance. So it is one that once people find, so it's a huge genre right now. And there's with all the book talk and everything, it's increasing again. Average romance reader reads 1 book per week.
And there's so many like little subgenres
Oh my
of it
gosh,
too, like
yeah.
romance.
Oh,
There's
sure.
so many.
Historical.
Yeah.
Or,
And then there was interesting discussion on one of them on how, and I won't get into this very deeply, but how backlash against romance books is very steeped in the patriarchy, that allowing if someone is enjoying reading this genre, it's bad, whereas there's only one. They're really women empowering themselves, women finding their lives, women like the base of the story are actually quite women empowering on a lot of them. So there was some great, besides the fun discussions on the different genres and the different tropes that are big right now, monster romance is coming up on the horizon.
What is?
Monster romance.
Okay.
So, but again, there were some deeper conversations on it and where it fits in our society now and why some of the backlash is happening. And then also the fun part about promoting it to the readers who are reading it like crazy. And this is the one takeaway you guys have so that you guys can speak properly about the genre. Do
Okay.
you know what HEA means?
Not a clue.
Happily ever after.
Oh.
And HFN is happily for now. Romance and love stories are not the same. Okay?
Okay, no, I'm gonna need a little help
Fiction
here.
ends with a happily ever after or a happily for now. Love stories can end in tragedy, misery, depression, all the tarot. So those are two very different genres. So if you're talking to people and you're helping doing reader's advisory with your friends, you gotta clarify. What do you want?
Who
Yeah.
knew? Okay, I have a
Romance
question.
Are you looking for an HEA?
Yeah.
A Hallmark Channel book.
It's because there's so much, I'm not gonna go into politics, but there's a lot of stress and concern and anxiety right now. Are people looking for escape in their reading? I mean, that's just a general science fiction. I
Only
mean,
read
I think I've always looked for an escape.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm
But
trying to say?
Yeah.
Are people gravitating towards?
I read a book that says heartwarming, gritty, life-changing, and I do not pick that up. I want to escape, and I just hands down.
There's
People
just
come-
too much
people come
stress
to the
and
front desk,
anxiety.
and they hand me their romance book or their like cozy mystery or
Yeah.
whatever, and they're like, it's just a little light reading for the day, and they're like, apologetic, and I look at them and I say, that is the only thing I read right now.
Oh, you're reading fluff?
I'm
Fluff
like,
piece
that
is
is,
great.
I'm like,
Good for
there's
you.
mental health.
That's
This
okay.
is a mental health choice.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a serious
It
question.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And good for you.
Right.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
they actually apologize when they bring their books up to the desk, and I
I have to be
wanna
honest.
just-
I avoid dark at the moment. I just
Oh, yeah.
can't go there.
I don't go there at all.
Boy, and the TV show.
And I used to watch dark.
Darker.
I mean, read dark, and then it's like, ugh, not now, not right
Yeah.
now.
I'm kind of like, I need some blood and guts, or I'm not reading this. Like,
But it's escapism.
There's a guy.
but that's escapism, you know.
Well, or science fiction.
It's a different
You know,
kind of
it's
fluff.
escapism.
Well, it's the funny one for me is I used, garage sales, you look at the books and I always would like find the cheesiest or the most terrible looking romance novel and then like slip them in my friends' bookshelves. And then walk away and not say a word. And just see what would come back if they would ever find it.
That is funny.
What is this? You got? I didn't know you were a Milli Vanilli fan. Kind of thing.
Okay, so this is a trend then.
So what about fantasy? How much have they expanded? Because it's pretty huge.
So romance and fantasy have blended. So
Yeah.
romantasy is
Romantasy is one of my favorites.
mine too, and
Yeah.
it is massive right now.
Yeah.
And it's very escapism.
Oh yeah.
I'm reading one called The Spell Shop right now, and
The
then
spell shop.
yes, and then The House Witch. I just
House,
blew through
yeah.
those, and it's just
I'm on my third trilogy in the house.
Yeah.
House witch.
It's like lighthearted comedic, like it's everything. It's
Well, there's cozy fantasy.
Yeah.
too.
Oh, I'm familiar with cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's
kind
very
of been on the
cozy.
rise, where it's like
Yeah.
it's fantasy setting, but
Mhm.
there's not going to be like.
I mean, there's a
the
talking
swords and
plant
sorcery.
in the
It's
spell
just
shop
like,
right
what's
now,
exists in
so
this fantasy?
everyone needs a talking plant friend.
Yeah.
So we have get those at Roots and Stones. They've got those.
The talking plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these
And
Oh,
corn-
I'm sure these.
And carnivorous plants.
Right.
You
I'm
see more?
sure that's coming up.
Well, I need to read one because, like, I had to go after
they're
your
fun.
talk. I had to go read a
Manga.
manga. I had to go read one of those because I hadn't a clue.
I don't even know what a manga is.
Well, I went and read one because I didn't
It's
know
okay.
either.
All right.
It wasn't my. I have to be honest. It didn't do much for me, but
manga are the Japanese.
Oh,
Usually Japanese. There's Korean also, and some Canadian. Translated. You read them back to front, right
yeah.
to left. So they're like what you would consider a comic book or a graphic novel. With the panels.
so that's like Hebrew then. Backwards and upside down.
It's back. Well, it's top to bottom still, but it's
Oh, it's-
right to left
Oh,
and
okay.
back of the book. So the back to the front.
and that's
So the-
what.
Is that how Japanese read?
It reads
Terrible.
it reads vertically. You read up in Japanese, and so when they translate it, some reason that translates to what would be reversed for us. For
Yeah.
whatever reason. But, yeah.
But those are like that's when you do. That's your graphic.
That's
right?
in the
That's
the YA graphic.
I mean,
line.
they read more of those than they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you know our black carts,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So there's one cart for the young adult collection. The top shelf only will be regular books, and the bottom shelf will be double stacked with graphic novels when that cart's full. So
Yeah.
and they're thinner, so it's more.
And they'll
than
check out like
2/3.
20 at a time
Yeah.
too.
The
Like,
YA
quicker
yeah,
reads, they take
they'll
back
breeze through them.
stacks.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like when you guys talk about what's. I always try and read at least
Uh-huh.
something so I know I have a clue what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Happy
Fantastic.
forever after, happy for now,
Mhm. Happy ever
and
after.
love.
Love
And
and romance
romanticy.
are different. Love and romance are different.
So HEA and HFN
So-
are romance?
Yes, because they're
Oh.
happy.
So-
Happy is romance. Love is tragedy. That's how you.
Love is realistic then, because that's pretty much how it goes, right?
So, do you want to escape or do you want to wallow in someone else's pain?
Yeah.
Well, some of the loved ones then are more like sagas. You know, you follow families, right?
Yeah.
This family, you know, a multi-generational. Okay.
I laugh because of the Twilight series when my wife read those. Like she read them, but then she would, you know, in those times she would probably about 3/4 of the time that we would talk, she'd want to talk about the books. And I learned about the love story between the, like, you know, it's the vampire and the werewolves, and I was kind of looking at it like, do I need to intervene? I don't know who I was, but
You don't
But-
know which
no
one you
idea.
want?
But it was like, do I need to intervene? This
And maybe
is-
she'll like the monster romance.
Okay, what
Maybe
was-
she'll
okay, what
care
was
about
She's
Twilight?
older
it.
now. It's not that.
No, but I mean, what category is that
That would
romanticy?
be, now it'd probably be considered romantasy.
Okay.
It came out before the
Yeah, it came
romantasy
out
was even
before.
coined. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was like fantasy and romance and set up in the Great Northwest. And it's a vampire. It was when vampires.
So romanticy is Twilight. Okay.
Anachronistic
Yeah.
romanticy.
Oh, why?
But a good example.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can get my head around it
Yep.
because I have the gist of Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
Had to read one
You
of
didn't
those
read
too.
them? Oh, you read them?
I read one because
What?
because we had I was doing YA
Oh.
and I needed to know what the kids were reading.
Yes.
So
Thank you guys for sharing.
Welcome.
Yeah, that was
Thank
fun.
you.
Enjoy the rest of your
it was very informative.
Things everyone needs
Yeah.
Mine, what am I doing?
to know. Soft
Take 'em.
censorship.
I'll just take them.
Sure, you can take our certificate.
Well, and the Braille e-reader is really a
Super
big
cool.
deal.
I
Yeah.
don't have an exact name for it, but I'm sure if you typed in Oregon State,
State Library.
Braille,
You just look it up.
Program.
you can find it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get a good old summary on Amazon.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so when you look at fiction, adult fiction, you don't break it out into like award-winning versus romance versus it's just general.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
It'd be too much work.
yeah, it would. I just was curious. Okay,
So your juvenile's way larger than the adult.
It always has been.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's I mean, a lot of times because the picture books, you know,
Just you can
families
go
will
through
take
them
out
so
like
fast.
50 at a
Yeah.
time because, you know, they read them like every
Yeah.
night.
And don't forget,
for
there's a
the
lot of
week.
adults that like to read those books too
Right,
for the
yeah.
simplicity
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and the escapism.
Yeah.
well, but some of the new award books, I just bought the Pulitzer Prize one and
So what did
I'll
you?
give it a go, but they wrote a book without punctuation and we'll see how it goes.
Oh.
I
Oh,
don't-
sorry, I was saying
Yeah.
young adult, not juvenile. The kid ones,
Yeah.
of course.
You go through a lot.
The new
Oh,
Andrew
boy.
Krivak book, Mule Boy, doesn't have that, and I loved Mule Boy. But
Okay.
I listened to it.
Okay.
I've heard that it's a different experience if you're reading it without the punctuation.
Well, I'm reading
and all
Angels Down
that.
and it's like, okay, I have
Yeah.
to think about this because like I said, it's, they don't use periods and
Yeah. Mhm.
capitals and.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that definition when you're talking to somebody and they're like, "That's the person that speaks without punctuation."
Well, now there's some people who write with.
I'm
There's
just-
that too.
I'm reading Paradise Lost now for the first
Oh,
time.
gosh.
There is no punctuation. There's no end of a sentence. It's a whole book of continuous.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
It's incredible.
Ramble,
Anyway,
they just ramble on. and
what?
on. They just ramble on. And
Yeah.
on.
Wow.
As far as Spanish, do you get requests for more than you have? What's the demand for the Spanish books? that you have there?
I always try to get more. Like, we didn't have an adult fiction Spanish collection, really. We had like a couple old ones. So I am putting money into that now, and they are circulating. So
Good.
we've always had juvenile.
Yeah, I
Um,
see that there's more.
Yeah.
The
But
other-
we have, I can't remember did I separate the Spanish out?
Yes,
You
you
did.
did.
I
That's
think I
why
just recently did that.
Yeah, good. I'm
Because
glad.
I am bulking it up.
Hmm.
And I am asking for suggestions, like for
Yeah, what do they
authors
want?
and titles, like, oh, you returned this. Can you, like, is there anything that, you know, you think we should have, or authors? Yeah, so right now I'm just kind of going on Ingram and getting like the bestseller kind of titles, so, and authors. But yeah, it's fun, because, I mean, I grew up in California and, like, only spoke Spanish, and it was just like, I want it to be more of a thing here, I guess. I don't know. I think it's important to have it available.
The
Especially for
population is
ILLs,
growing.
too. Yeah, yeah.
Do you have a sense that the people checking out Spanish, that that's their primary language?
No, it's a lot of what I'm seeing right now are family members, like a wife coming in, like kids.
But it still isn't their
But
primary.
I mean, that's their first
No,
language.
it's their
It's their
it's
second.
their second. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
That's interesting.
yeah. So I'm always, interested in. I would love to see more families, Hispanic families in our community come in. We have, it's just, I'd love to reach out, because like summer seasonal workers that come in, yeah, I mean, we have like the transportation now, like, to downtown and stuff like that to get here. So I don't know. I'm always looking at ways, to get anyone that we're not getting into the library.
Wonder how much part of their culture it is. But that's a big
The
subject.
library is part of their community.
Yeah.
Is the switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Yeah, so it's kind of fun to have that separated out now and kind of have a few getting checked out. Okay. We'll start with some fun stuff before we get to the cool stuff. So currently we have over 25 grand in donations, which is great. I love having that there in case like special projects come up. We still have the budget, we can get that donations. Speaking of, I'm using a little bit of that money. We purchased a couple new kids computers. I don't know if you've seen our Playaway, their little tablets. So they make all like computer system now. That's like so we'll have those out there. All the games are included. They're games, educational games, stories, similar to what we have, but they're like half the price. So I've been switching over to see if these are worth it. And I have a great relationship with the company, so it'd be nice to just, do what they look great. I think, and basically, when I saw the booth at their conference, and they were like, oh, cool, we're doing those, so, so we'll have a little bit left in our computer spending line, so I'm gonna take most of it out of that, and then the rest of it, donations. Yeah. So that is something I think that a business. Yeah. Yeah. That is, you have to. I think that's the only they're making it. You have to. So yeah, that's something that. Let's see. I have a library in Eastern Oregon. I'm part of the board now. We're having our little get together in Muffin this year. It looks really cool. There's a librarian on the board that lives there. So we'll be staying there for a couple nights. We have to pay for it. And it's a fun group too, so we'll have a couple out there. Mainly because, getting into this, we were asked to cut 10% of our departmental budgets this year. So luckily I had budgeted $50,000 for that project.
Wow.
So that was
Almost 10%?
so helpful for me, because otherwise I would have to cut more out of our, and I don't want to touch personnel ever. That's the last resort. So with that, I ended up cutting,
Is it time to look at this now?
Yeah, $98,500 from my materials and services budget. Didn't touch personnel. So that's what the council and budget committee asked of us.
You had to cut 98.
So we had,
Wow.
so we had less than 24 hours to figure that out and present it.
Did you get rid of one of the database or digital services?
So we're gonna probably be getting rid of, we're thinking Canopy, My Heritage possibly, which is around like $1,600 a year. Canopy I've been spending a couple $100s a month on.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it adds
It
up.
adds up.
And I'd rather keep more into Hoopla.
And Libby, yeah.
Yeah, Libby luckily is a part of our Evergreen, not Evergreen,
Sage?
yeah, Sage fees. So that's built into
Oh.
that. So I left that where that is, because
yeah.
we have to have that.
Yeah.
So I came back with, taking a few $1,000s. It's difficult because none of our, we budget conservatively. I know, like I try to, I don't pad the budget. So it's really difficult to like take, a chunk out. So I took a few $1,000s out of office supplies. I left $500 in departmental supplies, and that is our line for programs.
Materials for the
Yes.
programs. Okay.
So with that, we'll be looking at grants. We'll just be trying to work with our community partners that we've created relationships with to offer free programming for us, hopefully, So we'll make it work. We always have. The library's, kind of unfortunately used to this sort of thing.
But did every department have to do this in the city?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think we cut over $1 million from the whole budget.
Can I ask what precipitated this?
The city council
Uh-huh.
and budget committee asked us to.
Is that
They
because
wouldn't
revenues,
accept.
is that because the taxing revenue's not coming in, or?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Everything as a whole, most people are being hit with.
Is that because of inflation,
Yeah.
Or reduced income, or?
That,
It just seems
and-
like, I don't know, if it's based on property tax, it would be
yeah.
flat.
Fairly
unless-
steady.
Unless there's less.
It's my understanding that they really want things like, at a zero.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Which,
Maybe
I just
just
don't
to
know how that's possible.
Be
But
tighter and not.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
So it's not any one thing.
The
It's not like
budgets weren't
inflation.
balancing
or-
before, weren't they in the red? The city was in the red?
most cities are.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe they're trying to get a handle on it.
Yeah, I think the new manager was concerned
Okay.
about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's having to do that.
Mhm.
I hope that they don't decide you have to cut 10% again next year.
And that's kind of what they expressed at the end of the
Wow.
process.
That it
Time to
might be
cut
again
things
next year?
Yes.
Might be time to pad the budget.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
they passed the budget and then they give you this.
So they didn't, they approved it to go forward. So June 3rd is when any amendments, they have until then, that will be the final approval.
Okay.
So at the city council meeting on June 3rd, if they make any changes or amendments, like saying, we'll give 50 grand back to you guys or something like that, they can make those adjustments still. I don't know if they will. So I'm just going by what we're gonna have to deal with. So I did cut some from books. I cut out our magazine line. I luckily had just renewed them. So we have most of our physical magazines for another year. But we do have free digital magazines through Libby anyways, and Hoopla.
I thought that was something
Yeah.
you were also considering. To
So I'm kind of
discontinue.
phasing
Yeah,
out
yeah.
magazines anyway. They're pretty, I mean, we have
But
them,
I think you probably need them for the Mowgli
the
books.
programs.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some more of those
Craft
books,
projects?
The craft project.
And then
books.
I completely got rid of the audiovisual material. So that is our streaming services. So luckily, with our Cook Trust money, I'll be getting $10,000 this next fiscal year for that, and that's what I'll use for Hoopla.
Okay.
So
And
we'll be,
Libby, is that, or is
Libby
Libby
comes
something?
out of Sage. So that is under,
She's not purchasing any more books on tape. It'll all need to just
Okay.
go through Libby.
that's
You're
computer
talking about
system
CD?
maintenance
CDs, yeah.
agreements.
CDs, yeah.
So that comes out of there.
So no more CDs.
Oh, my battery's running low.
I have an old
Well,
car,
cars
I
don't
can
have
use them. Yeah. Will you keep these though? These CDs that you have now?
Yeah,
Books on
until
tape.
they go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I run a report for those, kind of to
Mm.
weed those out too occasionally, like everything else. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we just won't be adding to those
Right.
or DVDs. Ryan will beat it hard.
Oh,
But
man.
lucky news, we're part of a consortium, so we can get things for people, which will save us.
Now, like, look at office supplies. Does that mean you're cutting 10,000 or you're gonna reduce it to 10,000?
I reduced it by 3,000 to 10. Yeah.
So you still have 10,000
Yes.
for office?
Yeah. And we have that higher because that's all of our paper. Like
Yeah, oh, yeah.
we make so many copies and all of that.
And-
That's
But
all of
you
our
get
book
paid.
mending, book like covering, tape, all of the book supplies, covering supplies,
And so
laminate.
department supplies are what now?
So
You're going to zero?
that is our programs, yeah.
Oh, those are programs.
I kept it
Okay.
at 500 because we do have this benefit for employees that want to. They can like be a part of like a gym, and so we'll pay like part of their gym membership as
Oh.
a city employee.
Nice.
So I kept $500 in for that because we do have a couple employees that are doing that. But I kind of want to show
You tried.
that this is what is going to be missing this year. We're going to make it, we're going to, do what we can, but this is what I was asked to do. So this is what it's going to look like.
Facilities repair, you're going down to 15,000?
Well, that's usually, it's been around 15 to 20, and that's just kind of for incidental. Like,
Oh, I
If-
see. So you're not doing the back thing, so that's.
no, right.
Okay.
So this is just normal.
That was budgeted to 50K.
Yeah,
to do the
luck,
back
that's what
thing.
saved us. Can you imagine if I had to cut 50 grand more from
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean, like, next year
You know,
is the,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So we have to hope this is a one-time thing.
Yeah.
What about, I applaud what your choices, by keeping your personnel costs flat
Mm-hmm.
and insurance flat. That's actually a cut with inflation, right? And is that gonna get in a tangle with, agreements and?
We do, we're going through like bargaining still, the employee association bargaining. I know that like, there's been some like medical stuff that's going up, so our portion's going up and
Your insurance.
COLAs and all that. So they're still working through that. It hasn't been finalized. So I'm not sure what that's gonna look like, but they'll be fine. Our employees are gonna be fine.
Okay.
You-
I mean, and I'm not criticizing what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
doing. I'm just
no.
thinking that
I don't-
actually that's could be a
Actually,
cut.
the way to
Yeah.
say it over time,